Okay. So today, day 3. Okay. So today we are going to discuss on the topics table creation by importing data from Excel. Okay. Next topic is using aggregation functions, using max calculation in aggregation function max in the calculation view, applying node level filter in calculation view, using union, and creating input parameter variables and applying on master data. Okay, so today we are going to use this content for our session. Okay, I'm opening calculation HANA Studio. So first thing what we are going to do is we are going to create a table, okay, with these columns: document number, item, date, and country, material, quantity. If we see here we have three different documents, and first document is having three items, and this is the order creation data, and all these records are from country IM India. Okay, and I prepared the delivery order for these documents. So when comes to delivery, on the first order 1001 with three items, for the first two items got delivered on 10th of the month, but the third item, which is 30, was delivered on a different date. Okay, so two items got delivered on one date and the third item was delivered on a different date. Similarly, for second order also, we have two items M1, M2, and the first one was delivered on 5010. It was delivered on 11th, and the second item was delivered on 14th. Okay, so the point here is after creating these two tables and bringing this data into CV, our required output is we are creating a new calculation view. Okay, and in this calculation view, we are preparing a data set where the document number, item, order date, country, material are the columns, and we have another column called max order date, and this order date should be the latest order delivery date from each order. So 1001 is our order and the last item was delivered on 14th. So I need to update the same date on all the items here. Okay, from the order 1001. Similarly, on 1002 order also, I need to update the max order delivery date. Okay, so similarly for 1003 we have only one item, so we will get the same date. So this is our requirement. Okay, so instead of giving the actual delivery date, we are updating this column with the maximum order date. So let's see how we can achieve this in HANA. So okay, let me go here. Content, going to our in catalog package. Where is HANA page? HANA user and PH3. Let me create one new here. I click new. I'm going to create a new package. So when creating a new package, since I'm creating a sub package to the existing package, so main package will come initially dot ph underscore day 3. Okay, and description I'm leaving it like so it same will be copied. So I created one package. So my next thing is I want to create two tables. Okay, so what are the two tables I want to create? I want to create one is the document okay, sales table, another one is the delivery table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one Excel sheet now. In this Excel sheet I'm copy pasting my data. So this is my first table information and I'm taking a sheet 2 and this is my second table information. Okay, update my sheet 1 name as sales. Okay, and my sheet 2 name as delivery. Delivery. Okay, so let's save this one. HANA sample files, day 3, IN data. Okay, save this Excel file. Now, and of Excel also we can load. Either we can use Excel file or CSV file. Now today let's see Excel file. Now go to the catalog, go to our schema. In here, okay, so this is our schema here where we are going to create our table. So how I'm going to file, import data from a local file, click on next. Okay, select our system, click on next. Just a second. Okay, select and here we need to select our file. So from the documents, day 3 documents, HANA sample files, day 3 files, IN data, click on OK. Since this is an Excel file, here on the worksheet, I can see all the available worksheets in the Excel file. Initially, I want to bring data from the sales sheet. So select sales here and header row exists, one row, and where I want to upload my data, upload into my, I want to create my data in the HANA user schema, and I want to provide with the table name ph underscore day 3 underscore day 3 underscore sales. Okay, this is my table name. Click on next. So here this is the auto populated one. Here it is giving one-to-one mapping. Here I want to correct my data types as per my requirement. So document number is of type char, not int. So I need to here select varchar. Okay, I'm selecting n varchar here, and I'm giving length as 10, and item number also I'm selecting n varchar, and here I am giving the length as 3 and date as a date field, put date data type, and country and varchar to material and varchar 18 as per BW standards I'm giving here. Quantity should be decimal format of length 17 and 3. Okay, unit is a n varchar of length 3. So this is, and in this table the item key is a table key is document number and item. Okay, these two are the table keys, and then click on next. So below, now my data will be uploaded in this format. I'm okay with this. Click on finish. So here I can see the status of it. So complete successfully. And if I go to the table section in my catalog, in my tables, I can see ph underscore day 3 sales. If I go here, right click, open content, I can see how it was loaded. So my data was loaded properly. In the similarly fashion, I will upload my second file, delivery file also. Go here, import data from local file, next, same system, click on next, and select our file, in data, click on OK. And here I want to load from delivery file, and I have header row, and my schema name is HANA user, and I want to load into ph underscore day 3 underscore delivery. Okay, click on next. Similarly, now I want to change again, my delivery number is to n varchar of length 10, and delivery item also n varchar of length 3, and reference document number also n varchar length 10, and the reference item n varchar 3, delivery date of type date, material n varchar of length 18, delivery quantity is of type decimal and length is 17, and the decimals are 3, unit n varchar 3. So I updated, and here I need to mention my table key, delivery number, item are the table keys. I'm clicking on next. This is my data looks like. I'm clicking on finish. Complete successfully. Now when we create a new table, this schema won't be updated automatically. We need to refresh the table section to see the latest table. So refresh on the table schema. Then here I can see ph say day 3 delivery. Yeah, right click here, open content. Now here I can see my delivery data. So updating the tables completed. Now come to the package, right click. Now we are going to create a calculation view. Create a calculation view, and my calculation view name in the assignment sheet, I given the calculation view name as create CV day 3 completion. Okay, so this is my CV name. and I'm giving the text also same technical name. Click on finish. So it will give me the initial design screen. So here what I want to do, I want to bring my, so what I written here I want to apply filter on the IN country at the base projection level while fetching data from the table. Here max order date is the max. So now I want to create the CV in order to achieve this output. Okay, for each document number I want the max order data to be available here. So my first step is to bring the sales data from the table into my CV. I have to bring projection into my design and add the table into my projection. Either I can select here by going to search option, ph underscore day 3 underscore sales. Okay, select it, click on OK. So my table came here. Now from this table, I want all fields to be shown, I had all to output. But in the assignment sheet, I mentioned clearly here, I want to apply filter on the country IN. So how I can apply filter? So right click on the country, right click here, apply filter. And here I want my operator equal to, and here I am mentioning IN. It means whatever, if I have other data also, it will fetch only the India country data into my CV. This is how I can apply filter on the projection node. So next, so for example, what will happen if I give one-to-one mapping here to aggregation level and add all to output, go to semantics like this, activate it once. Now what it will do is initially now I will get a high level design of it, my requirement, but my requirement is not yet completed because here I got the data as it was in the table, but my requirement I want to derive in date field, which is max order date, delivery date, sorry. One second. Max delivery date. So sorry, right, let me delete this one. This is not correct. I have to bring one more projection, right? I forgot that. I have to bring. So how to rename the node name? Projection one is there, right? Here I can rename it. Select the node, go to this properties window. Here give sales. Then node name is, so this is sales data. Now I taken another projection. Here I am going to bring my second delivery in ph underscore day 3 delivery. Okay, so I am bringing my delivery data. So now this node also I want to rename it to delivery. Okay, here also I want to select all my fields to output, add all to output. Now I want to join these two data sets. How to join these two data sets? There is a key between these two join sets. Here the order number from the sales is equal to the reference document number in the delivery flow. So now I am bringing join here, and initially I'm bringing my sales data into my output join data. So my join node is having the sales data, which is the initial base data. Okay, I'm selecting add all to output. Okay, and now I want to join this data with my delivery data. Okay, so I joined, but I did not yet define the join condition. What is my join condition? My join condition here is document number in sales is equal to the reference document number in delivery, and item from sales is equal to the reference item from the delivery. Okay, since this document number item is already coming from my sales flow, I don't want this reference document number item from the delivery flow, so I don't select those. Okay, so and in my required output, so if I take in my assignment sheet here in my required output, I don't want delivery information also. So no need to select the delivery information also here. So I want to uncheck it. So uncheck. Uncheck here, click on yes. So this will be removed from the output screen also. Okay. What I want here is a delivery date is my requirement. I don't want delivery quantity unit also. Here my requirement is to identify the max delivery date. So from this flow, I am bringing the delivery data. So now let's see, without applying any further logic, if I add this to aggregation and select all fields from here, add all to output, semantic, auto assign the data types and activate it. Let's wait completed. Now let's see the data preview. if I see the data preview now, so what will happen is each record is having its okay, here we have to disable the analytical authorizations, activate. So now let's see the data preview. Now if we see here, the 1001 delivery was I am seeing two different dates, 14, 14, 11. Let's sort it on document number. Now if I see here, one document number was item 30 was delivered on May 14th, and 10 and 20 was delivered on May 10. As per my requirement, on the delivery date, I want to show on the max delivery date. It means 14. So all the three records should contain 14. So this we need to return and we need to derive some logic to update this May 14th for the entire document number 1001. In the similar fashion, for 1002 document also, we need to write, implement logic to bring 14 here also. So how to implement it? Let's see. Okay. Click on auto layout to do some auto layout here. Now let's bring these two little bit down. Select all, drag them a little bit down. Okay. Now create. Now what I want to derive is for each order number, I want to derive the max date. So what I will do is I will take one aggregation node here separately. Okay. From this data set where I have already delivery date derived, I will map this join to my aggregation node. Okay. In this aggregation node, what I will do is I will take document number, I will take the delivery date. Only these two columns I will take. Okay. Now on delivery date, I will apply, I will change this date into aggregated column. Okay, and then the aggregated column functionality, I will take max. Okay, now what will happen is the data, what is there currently, if I take in the data set, this data set contains 3 document numbers. Let's go here. So if I take in this data into Excel sheet to explain how it is working. Okay. It is a semicolon delimited. Go to data, text to columns, delimited, next, semicolon, click on finish. Now this is my data. Okay. Now out of this data, I am considering only 2 columns in my aggregation node. These are the 2 columns. And after that, what I did, I applied max on this state. What will happen is aggregation node functionality is to aggregate the data based upon the key combination. Now this is my field document number. This is my date field. Since I applied max aggregation on this one, it is nothing but now key figure kind. Even though it is a characteristic, now it is a key figure. Now only I have one characteristic field here. Now system will aggregate this data to bring only unique field. So these 3 records will become single record, 1001, and out of this data set, it will bring the max date. Since I applied max here, 14 will come. Now on the second data set 1002, now these 2 records will get aggregated to single record, and out of it, since I applied max, I will get 14. And 1003 comes here, and only one record same value comes here. Now this is the output of my aggregation node. That is how it works if we apply aggregation on this delivery date. Okay, now what I will do simply, now I want, if I join again this data set, now 1 second, let me copy this data again. This is my data set which is at join node, and this is my data set which is at aggregation node. Now if I join these 2 data sets on document number, then I can get the max delivery data on the derived column. Clear? So this is how we are going to derive it now. But what I need is now in between this join and aggregation, I have to put another join here. If I delete, let's see, for example, on aggregation 1, I already have some output fields. If I delete this link between these 2, what will happen is it will delete all columns from my aggregation, and all will be removed. Whatever you did, everything all will be gone here. So don't do it. What you need to do is Control Z. Okay, what we can do is bring join, drag it and place it on this line where you see highlighted. Now what system will do is it will add join in between these two without disturbing the upward flow. Without disturbing the upward flow. So now like this, let's bring it to this side, because this is left hand side, this is right hand side. So I want to do it in this way. Now let's join this aggregation node also into this join to. Okay, now click on join to. In join to, I'm going to map this to this. Since I already have delivered it here, then if I enable this one, system will rename it to with a different name. It is what it is doing. It is adding -1 at the end. Okay, so what we can do is here we can rename this column. Select the column and rename it as max delivered, and remove the -1_1 at the end. Okay, now if I click on aggregation, so here I can see max delivered code. Here we added one extra column, but so we need to take this extra column to upward flow, or else it will be deselected automatically. So select this max delivered, remove this delivery date. Now go to semantics, go to columns. Here it was not, you see, this type was not updated since it is a new column. Click on auto assign or select it manually from the drop down. Either way we can do, and then click on activate. Now it was activating. Now let's do the data preview. Now if we see here, now if I sort it on document number, now first 3 document numbers are having max May 14, 1002 also having May 14, here also May 14, May 13. So this is how we are achieving our required output by using this aggregation node and applying the aggregation by converting the column into aggregate column and applying the aggregation function on the column. So this is how we need to achieve based upon our requirement. Okay, so this is one simple example. So on our topics to discussion, so table creation completed, using aggregation function completed, applying node level calculation view also completed, using union in calculation view. So okay, this is next part. So now I created one data flow. So what is my next target is similarly I have another data set. Okay, the first data set is from country India, and I created another data set similar fashion. Nothing changed, only the document numbers got changed, delivery numbers. I want to create this data set with the same kind of example. So how to do it simply. So with the table creation, definitely we have to do it, but the CV we can copy it. So here we are learning how to copy CV also. So I'm going here. I'm taking the other data set from the German country data. I'm going to my Excel sheet. Either I can use the same Excel sheet or I can take a new Excel sheet. Let me take a new Excel sheet to make it simple. Go here. This is sales data. And let's copy the another data set, delivery data. Rename it. And now save this document as DE data. Click on save. Now go here. Again, import that, create 2 tables by importing import data from local file, create next, browse here, DE data, click on OK. Header rows exists and a new schema, ANA user, and ph underscore day 3 underscore DE sales. Or else what we can do is let's instead of creating a new table, let's upload into the same table. Okay, how we can do it? Select existing, go here, select our schema, here tables, Since we have less tables, we can easily select our table ph underscore day 3 sales. Click on OK. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm uploading same data, a new data. Okay. Here, when we are uploading data into existing data set, existing table, we need to map the document. Since I can do one-to-one mapping because I taken the same format, document number, item, and everything are in the same format. Click on next. Click on finish. Okay, that's it. Now if I go to my sales data table, if I refresh here, I can see DE data also here. Similarly, now let me upload the delivery data also. Okay, import data from local file, click on next, this one next, and header row exists, browse, select the DE data, click on open and existing. Okay, I need to change the sheet to delivery sheet, existing schema. So HANA user tables, ph day 3, delivery, click on OK, click on next. Here one-to-one mapping or name. So let's take one-to-one mapping. Everything is fine. Click on next, click on finish. Completed. So go to our delivery table, refresh here, we can see the latest data. Okay. Now, but what I want is here we created one CV. I want this CV to be used only for India. Okay, to bring only IN data. I want to create another CV in a similar fashion where I want to extract the DE data. Okay, so how I can do it? I don't want to recreate entire CV again. What I can do is I will go here. I can copy my calculation view. Where is copy? Copy here, paste it here. While pasting, change this name of the CV to DE. Okay, click on OK. Then what will happen? A CV will be copied but is in inactive state. Double click on it. Now simply here we forgot to put filter on IN country. Okay, so reference document number. Here we don't have country field at all in the delivery data. In the delivery data we don't have country field. Okay, it's fine then. Okay, now what we can do is in our DE we need to update the filter. So go to filter, go to country, right click, edit filter, and instead of DIN change it to DE. Click on OK. That's it. Every model, everything is same, only the data input is different. That's it. I changed the filter. I'm clicking on activator, clicking on data preview, raw data. Now I can see the data. You see max delivery 13, 50, let me sort it on here. Yeah, 14, 14, 15, 15, 13. So this is my expected output as per the assignment sheet. Okay, so this was completed. Next, so next topic what we are going to learn is how to union these two CVs. So just to learn the union concept, we are doing this assignment. Okay, a CV can be used within another CV. So now right click here, new calculation view. So what was the CV name? Okay, I think my next step is not create. Okay, my next step is creating a table for material master. Okay, okay, let's create one new table. Okay. So let's take one new file, or else what we can do is let's take our existing IN data file and create a sheet 3 here, MD material master data, add this data here, click on save, and let's upload this data into our database. Import local file, next, same schema, click on next, browse, IN data, open. Instead of now we are bringing data from material master data, header row exists. I want to create a new table for this one. So what is my table name? ph underscore day 3 underscore material master master data. Okay, click on next. Now these are the three fields. My material is nvarchar of length 18 and lang is length 2 only, and this description is of length 60. And here my material number and the language are the key fields in my table. Okay, I have two different languages, EN and DE. Okay, the corresponding descriptions of each material in two different languages. Click on finish. Okay, now let's go to the next point. So in my assignment sheet, the next point is I want to create one CV for this material master data also. So now I'm going to create a CV now. Create new calculation view CV underscore. What was the name which proposed here? Master data material. CV underscore master data material. Click on finish. Here I want to bring data from the material master data. So always take projection. In that projection, add your table. Page underscore day 3 underscore mat master data. Click on OK. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all fields from this one, add all to output, and add it here, and select all to output, semantic. So there is one more requirement here, activate. Let's see, is it activated? You see, it was completed with errors. So why it was completed with errors? Because no measure defined in a reporting enabled view. It means when we are creating a calculation view, a normal calculation view should definitely contains at least one measure field. One measure field definitely it should contain, but in my currently in this, since it is a master data, here I don't have any measure field. So is it correct way to create? We can, to make it successful, we can create one dummy column, but that is not the correct way of creating it. Okay, so to create any calculation view which holds master data, then what we need to do is we need to define the calculation view in a different manner. Okay, so let me delete this and recreate it. Okay, delete and activate. We'll delete the let me close this one, right click, delete and activate. Yes, it will delete. While creating the calculation view, okay, here you see instead of cube you need to select dimension. So dimension is a type of dimension type of calculation view is to hold the master data. Okay, click on finish. Here bring same, everything is same. Add projection here, go here, ph underscore day 3 underscore material master data. Click on OK, and then add all to output, and then add this here, projection, add all to output, go to semantics. Yes, here if you see the difference between the earlier CV and this CV, below to semantics I have aggregation node, but in this CV below to semantics I have projection node. Aggregation node is to aggregate the data to results set, but since it is a master data where I don't have any I don't have any key figures, then that's why here we have projection node. Okay, now if I try to activate this calculation view, see, it was activated successfully, and if I do the data preview, I can see the data also. Privileges, again privileges. Go to projection node, properties, remove it, close this one. Now do data preview, raw data. Now you see, but when we see this data set, I am getting all the data without any, you see why I'm getting English the in descriptions with English and the German language, both I'm getting. I don't want like this. Whenever I try to execute this CV, it should ask me for the my requirement is this CV should bring only one language output. Okay, how I can do it? So I'm achieving it by creating one input parameter variable. So here I'm creating a new parameter, input parameter I underscore, okay, lang. I'm creating one input parameter variable, and I'm creating this a direct field or a column. I want to create it on the column. And what is my column? My column here is language. Okay. So on this particular column, I am creating this input parameter. So what will happen here is while creating, if you are giving reference, then system will take the data type and length information from this column. That's it. It is not applying filter on the column. Here the whatever we are passing is only to copy the data type and definition of this input parameter variable. Okay, you are not applying any filter. Remember this point. We have to apply that filter manually. Here, click on apply filter, go to this value here, select input parameters, select island, click on OK, click on OK. Now activate this CV. So while executing this CV, system will propose will prompt us for the language. If I go to F4 helper, it is not fetching anything. If I give EN here, click on OK, raw data. Now you see, now I get only EN data. For example, if I refresh it again and give selection as a DE, click on OK, then it is giving this information like this. Okay, and in this input parameter variable, one second, reference column constant, no need to maintain constant here, because if you want to define one constant here, then you can define it here, but if not, also fine, no problem. 1 minute, something. Okay, fine. I will how to get F4 helper with the information from the column. I will let you know in the next session. Okay, so this is how we created the master data CV. So this is a CV of type master data, and the before two CVs which we created today are of type transactional data. This CV is of type dimension type. These two CVs are normal calculation use where it takes aggregation. Okay. Now our next requirement is to create a CV where we combine these three CVs into one. So now the next requirement is create a CV, order completion is the CV name. So this is also important. We are going to cover a new topic in this design. Okay, now I am creating a new CV which is of normal cube type. Click here. Now what I said here on the 9th point, I mentioned by doing union of the CVs day 3 India data and the DE data. Okay, so now I want to union these two data sets. I need to click on projection, bring projection, always bring projection, don't directly bring any data. In this projection, now add IN data, just drag and drop, it will bring. Okay, select all data, add all to output, again bring one more projection. Okay, so but rename this projection to make sure it will give transparent. So type here India data, so which shows us it's bringing only India data, and add one more and bring DE into this one, and here write DE. Okay, so DE information and add all to output. Now I want to union these two data sets. Now bring union into the design, add India to it, add DE to it, click on this union. Like this, in union you can add n numbers, any number of you can add it. Now what we need to do is in the union node here, when we click on the union node, on the left side we have source and target. You can see like this. What we can do is right click on the India node, add on to target. It means it will add all columns to the target. Now if what will happen is, if you right click here, you also do in the same way. Now it is creating a duplicate columns, which is not correct. Here we have an option. If you click on this option, then automatically based upon the technical name of the column, it will do auto map. Okay, so like this we can use this option. Now union 1 is having two data sets coming from here. Now after this union, what I mentioned in the assignment sheet, after doing union, join with the CV master data material. In this data, I have a material column. I want to bring the material description also. So now what I need to do, I need to bring I have to add one more projection here and bring the material master data into this CV. Okay, right click here, add all to output. And then we need to join these two columns. Bring join here. Initially add union to the join. And then here, since it is material master data, in the projection, rename this node to material master data. Projection node, when you are changing the text of the projection, always remember it won't accept any spaces. Okay, so material master data. So I clicked on now I'm adding material master data also into this join, and from union one I'm selecting add all to output, and from the material master data I need only description here. Okay, and join condition material to material. It's an inner join or left outer join. Since it is a master data, better to have inner join. Sometimes based on requirement, if master data may not be completely updated, left outer join. Now add this to aggregation. So one more point concept we are missing here. I will let you know. Add all to output, and then semantics, and then semantics. Auto assign. Auto assign. Here to auto format. Activated. Oh, view properties, analytical privileges also. Let's see and check right now itself, and then activate it. And then let's see the data preview. Is it fetching data correctly or not? Go to raw data. Now you see there is no data. Why there is no data? Why? Because in the middle, so data is not coming. Now we want to debug it. Data is not, I have data here, I have data here, I have data here, everywhere I have data, but my output is not giving data. So how to debug it? So first let's see union one is giving data or not. Right click on the node, do data preview. Okay, if you can see data, so union is working perfectly fine, so no problem with the union. Now go to material master data, do data preview. Now go to raw data. You see that there is no data coming. It means since it's because of inner join, since material master data is not having any data, I'm not getting any output of the CV. So why material master data is not giving output? Because in material master data, I created one input parameter variable. If you don't pass any value to the input parameter variable, obviously it will take it as a null. And since null is not available in the data, you will get output as null only. Okay, so it is mandatory to, in this CV always to pass the language as language passing is mandatory here. But in this CV, where I can see that option, where I can see it is, go click on the semantic, go to parameter variables, go to this, data sources. Here you can see here on the left hand side, you can see all the sources you are using in your CV where it contains parameters. So this union node doesn't contain any input parameter variable, but this material master data contains the input parameter. That's why it is showing here. Now you have to bring this input parameter into your right hand side. So just click on here. What will happen is now this input parameter variable is passing from the material master data into your calculation view. Click on OK. Now if you click on aggregation node, now here see on the input parameter variables, you can see one, you not created anything here, but you are seeing this input parameter because it was mapped from the material master data calculation view. And once input parameter is available in a CV, it can be seen anywhere in our CV. Even if I click on this base projection node also, I can, that input parameter is available. Okay, so that's it. Now, if I now activate this CV, if I activate this CV, now this CV will prompt me for the input parameter variable. Oh, sorry, 1 second, why it is not prompt? Go here, language. Yeah, I'll go to the semantic columns. Oh, okay, I need to select this lang also. Language also, because on this I am applying this filter, right? Go here, language. Input parameter is there. 1 second. Do we need to apply it again? Actually, it should pass on. It's a mandatory. Let's make it mandatory. Do I need to apply it again? Yeah, I have to apply it then. Okay, sorry, it is we need to pass on this one. So where we need to pass this one, we need to apply this filter on my language. Okay, we have input parameter here. I have to pass this input parameter variable on this language. But actually, if I do assignment from here, it should consider it. Let me recheck one. Data sources, whatever I'm passing here, it will come here. Okay, since I'm not passing anything into this parameter variable, because when I try to execute it, it is not prompting. Why this input parameter was not prompting on the selection means since I'm not using anywhere on my calculation view, it is not prompting with the input parameter variable. So I have to use my input parameter variable. Okay, so to make it easy, where I can do, I will go here on this lang field. I will apply my input parameter variable. Okay, equal to lang. Okay, that's it. So now what will happen is this input parameter will be passed here and the same will be gone to the backend also. Now click on execute. Now if I click on something. Not activated here. Just a second. But here I'm applying here language filter. Yes, let's bring it to top node language. Now if I go to semantics column, auto assign, then let's activate this. Click on data preview. Yep, now I'm getting this language. Now I need to pass on some language here, en. Click on OK. Now click on raw data. Now I can see the data. Okay, now I am getting data of both both countries information based on the language India. Okay, and if you don't want to show this language column on the output screen, you can hide this column by using the hide column. Okay, but anyway, you can keep it like this because since we are passing as input parameter variable, let's keep it like this. Okay, in this way we need to, since we are passing input parameter variable on this column, it should be passed till here. Okay, this how to use input parameter variable, how to use union, and when we passing it. So there is one more option. So here language parameter is a mandatory here, right? So okay, in the next session we will see how to make it optional. Even though if you don't pass any input parameter variable, any value to this input parameter variable, then how to make this CV works properly by giving some output. We can see that in the next session. Okay, I'm closing this session for today. Thank you.